Next up in our PDF accessibility series will be tags. Since we have the accessibility toolbar open, we can already see an option that's highlighted that says auto tag document. This one is actually already tagged because we generated it from some authoring software such as Microsoft Word. That's actually where this came from. Other authoring tools will generate tags as well. If you're using Adobe InDesign or some other authoring software, even on Macs, it will typically generate those tags for you. If for some reason you don't have a document that's tagged at all, let's say you created a PDF from scratch, you could then click Auto Tag. You don't want to just take the creator's word for it though on the auto tagging. So to check that, we can click on the tags button on the right hand side. If you don't see it on the right hand side, it may be on the left depending on your interface. But typically, if you have the accessibility toolbar open, you will see tags somewhere, and it looks like a little shopping tag. And all that tags do is they are passing the order of things to be read, or the kind of the data to the screen readers, so that it knows what order to read things in and what things are. Is it a paragraph? Is it a heading? Is it a table? Things like that. And we can notice that here. So under the accessibility tags, here's a list of tags. It knows that this is an entire section. So if I minimize this, we can see that all this content is considered part of this one section. Now, the paragraph is in here, the table is in here. This is all kind of part of the same page. If I had multiple pages or multiple sections on a single page, I could tweak that because I may want everything from one section read before I wanted content from another section read. That's not the case here. We're not going to get crazy with it. But it does show that there's a new paragraph here. And as we click on these boxes, this little artifact. It knows that there's a space. And since it's blank, it's going to skip that. It's not going to have anything read from the screen reader. It does know that this is a table, and here's the table content, and it knows which order to read this in. So it's going to read location and address or room number first. And then it's going to, because it's reading location, address, room number, then this space, then goes down a line to the next form field. This is why you have to check these manually by running a screen reader. And that's why it's very helpful to do this. Don't just take the software's word for it when you generate a document and just assume that it's going to be accessible. It is so much easier to do this from Google Docs or Microsoft Word and create your heading information and your formatting information there. Adobe, this is a very complex and involved process, so you definitely want to make sure and do that if you can through your editing software, your auditing software, when you're creating that document. Now, once we have the tags set, we're just going to leave those be. Those are actually really good. We're going to click auto tag. Even though this document has tags created from Word, we're just going to assume we're not going to take its word for it. So we're going to click yes. We want to generate new tags, and it's going to kind of tell you what it did, what some of that means. But now we can see there's a new set of tags, and it changed some things around. Unfortunately, it did not do such a great job on this one, because now under my top heading here, it's listing this all as one piece. It's got some images in there that really aren't considered part of that table that's really invisible. So it's going to try to read all these different things that we don't want. So that's why it's important to check your tags. You don't necessarily just want to regenerate them just because. Check them first, see how it reads through the screen, and we can add more tags. We can create tags here. We can also select items in the document. And when we click the three dots next to accessibility tags, we can click on create tag from selection, and it will actually create a tag in here that we can modify the content of. Then we can tell it, is it a section? Is it a title? Is it a paragraph? Things like that. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know. Definitely use your authoring software for this first. Don't try to do it from scratch in Adobe Acrobat, because it's definitely not that user friendly, at least right out of the gate. You have to really spend a lot of time in it to get really comfortable with it.